What's up, guys? Tuga here, back again with some more NHL 16 in my Boston Bruins GM mode. We are in the middle of the Season 5 playoffs. Next up, it is Round 2 against the Buffalo Sabres. So quickly, we'll give you a look at their roster and then our lineup. Obviously, we can't look directly at their lineup. We're going to have a couple of issues here managing their lines. Now, obviously, the big name, 95 overall at 23 years old. It's Jack Eichel, 88 points. His line mate, Tyler Ennis, only at 85, but he had 75 points. Sam Reinhart's up to a 90, 58 points. Gergensons is an 89. Nicholas Baptiste is an 85. Jake McCabe is their top defenseman. So we have an advantage defensively. They have a lot of guys who are designated as top 4, but their best defenseman's only an 86. Ryan O'Reilly kicking around. Alvin Raycroft. Alex Burmistrov is here. Then you have a couple of other people. Kevin Hayes and Justin Bailey, both surprisingly up there in overall. So they have a very well-rounded forward core, a pretty well-rounded defensive core as well. It's not the greatest, but we're going to have issues. But here's the big thing. Goaltending is absolutely their weakest point. Their backup's only a 75, and their main starter, their only decent goaltender, is Linus Ullmark, 85 overall. He does have some pretty damn decent stats, but obviously he's going to have decent stats when they have the offensive firepower that they do. So that's the situation with Buffalo. Much like with Dylan Larkin and Anthony Mantha on Detroit, we're going to have some issues shutting down their offense. Here are the lines we're going to roll with. We're doing a drastic change here to start. Top line is going to be Goudreau, Bergeron, and Pasternak. I'm going to start with Bergeron up on the top line again. Leon Draisaitl, we're going to give him a chance. He is designated as a second-line guy. The top 2 lines now are all people who are designated as second-line guys. We're going to have Ryan Strome play right wing, DeBrusk, Zarnik, and Panarin. Again, Panarin was our top line guy. He's only designated as third line, so we're going to put him down there, see what he can do. And then Cam Atkinson, Riley Nash, and Ty Fellhaber's been called up, being a left-handed shot. We didn't get much out of Zev Pulovs. Defensively, we're going to roll with Hedman and Krug, see if they can deliver what they used to last season. Saboro Carlo, who have been our best D pairing, and then Lozon and Montour. And of course, Malcolm Subban, our starting goaltender. But let's get into this. It's round 2. I hate to say it, we have never made it past round 2 in our GM mode series. Buffalo won their opening matchup in 5 games. It took us 6 games against Detroit. But let's do this. It's game 1. Can we finally make it to an Eastern Conference final? It's been such an up and down series in terms of how we've done things. I should note too, Malcolm Subban, 87 overall. He continues to plummet. But let's do this. First period, first game against Buffalo, and we're down 1-0. It's Jack Eichel as expected. It might hurt a little bit to not have home ice here. We tied Buffalo in points, but they beat us on tiebreaker. To have home ice, Jack Eichel gets the opening goal. Period 2, can we fight back? We can't. We really shifted the momentum there in terms of shots. So this is going to be a big third period. It'd be really nice to get the win here. Let's see what happens. Third period. Can we steal? I just want 1 win. At the very least, 1 win here in Buffalo, either in game 1 or game 2. I'm not asking for too much, or maybe I am. It's Kyle Rao, I'm going to guess. I actually don't know if it's really him. Victor Hedman gets a goal back on Ullmark. We have 4 minutes to try and tie this. It's not looking good, and Rasmus Ristolainen with the empty netter. We drop game 1, 3-1. Victor Hedman, the only goal. That's never a good sign when a defenseman gets your only goal of the game. And Linus Ullmark, say what you want about him being an 85 overall, shut us down pretty damn well. Moving on to game 2, I was very tempted to make some line changes. That third line got ripped apart in terms of their defensive abilities. The third line of DeBrusk, Zarnik, and Panarin is really the one line we have now that really doesn't have anybody who's decent in defense. They're all 3-star defense. So if they struggle again here, we might have to make some changes. But hopefully we can bounce back and get the win. It's game 2. Again, if we can just split the first 2 games, we'll be in a good spot. First period, let's do this. Can we take the lead? And we do. so much better. Austin Czarnik, again, talking about the third line struggle. If they're going to struggle defensively, they need to be good offensively. They get it done. 2 quick goals. Czarnik and Strome beating Allmark early. Only 6 shots in the period, but we get the goals. Not too bad. Second period, though, is crucial. Can we hold up and keep them off the board? We can, and it's Patrice Bergeron getting on the board. That's what I'm talking about. Let's sim this third period. This would be a monumental collapse if we were to fall apart here. But 3-0, the offense comes alive. We don't go into panic mode. After one game, we stick with the lines that should deliver, and so far this game they have. Malcolm Subban, I don't want to jinx you, buddy, but you're shutting the door with 4 minutes to go. We're out shooting him, and Malcolm Subban has a playoff shutout. We have a 3-0 win, and this series is tied at 1 apiece. The offense gets it done early, and they couldn't recover. So again, a big game for Czarnik to get that goal. A big game for Strome, moving him onto the right wing to give Draisaitl a chance to perform. Not too bad. Again, we need our big names to really deliver, and so far, or at least in that game, they have. Game 3, we're just going to keep going right ahead. Obviously, last episode, 27-minute marathon. For those of you who watched that, I thank you. I certainly didn't plan on that episode being that long, but it was. But hopefully now we can get this series done as quickly as possible and eliminate Buffalo as quickly as possible. And a big win on home ice in Game 3 would certainly do that. So here we go. First period of Game 3, a crucial Game 3. Let's see what happens. And we're down 1-0. Jack Eichel again. Shut him out in Game 2. But this is just like Game 1 went. They get an early goal from Eichel. They're up 1-0. Second period, we're down 2-0. Sam Reinhart with the goal. He wakes up, and we are in trouble entering the third period. I talked about in Game 2 our offense waking up, and there's David Pastrnak. His first goal in this series. He had a strong series against Detroit with 4 goals in 6 games, but we need somebody else to step up here. 10 minutes left. Can we get another goal and tie this up? A big penalty kill. We kill it off. 3 minutes to go. Is anybody gonna answer the call? And they're not. They're not. Only 1 goal. We fall 2-1 in Game 3. Another strong game for Linus Ullmark. Jack Eichel, though, his early goal, the difference maker. And I think I'm gonna have a look at the lines and just maybe see if there's anything worth changing. So as far as the lines go, here's what we're rolling with moving forward. Goodrow, Bergeron, and Pastrnak on the top line. Yakupov, Strome back on the second line center with Panarin, DeBrusk, Czarnik, and Atkinson on the third line. And then Draisaitl, Nash, and Senshin called up. Riley Nash, I almost said Nash, whatever. Draisaitl back on the fourth line. Just hasn't been getting it done. Senshin brings a little bit more of defensive balance, so hopefully he can hang. Defensively, Zaboral and Carlo have been our best defensemen. They're on the top line. Krug on the second line. Hedman and Montour on the third line. Krug and Hedman just haven't been able to find that magic that they had together last season that helped carry us to the playoffs. So here we go. Game 4. We are down 2-1. This is a crucial game. We cannot afford to fall down 3-1 in this series. Flat out, if we fall down 3-1 in this series, we are absolutely screwed. And I'm hoping for the best here. Really, I'm hoping for the best. Let's sim the first period, and it's still scoreless. I'll take that. That's not the worst. Certainly, as long as Eichel's off the board. Second period sim, still scoreless. We go into the third period scoreless. Only 13 shots through 2 periods. That worries me, but let's do this. Third period. Come on, boys. Early power play. Nothing doing. Buffalo with an early power play. Nothing doing for them. Come on. First goal here is going to be absolutely gigantic, and there it is. Brendan Carlo. What the hell did I tell you guys? Brendan Carlo with the goal. Hold on, and right as I say hold on, it's Zach Bogosian a couple minutes later, but Austin Czarnik strikes back a minute and a half later. 2 quick goals for us. We're up 2-1, and Leon Draisaitl. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Oh my God, here I am calling out Leon Draisaitl, dropping him back down to the fourth line, but he gets it done with an empty netter. I don't care. I'll give him credit. He gets a goal when we needed it. It's Carlo and Czarnik, though, 2 guys who have been really holding us up in these playoffs so far, getting it done. So a big 3-1 victory We are now tied in this series. And Leon Draisaitl, to me, he's almost like the real-life version of Brett Connolly. Just, you know he should be scoring goals, but he's just having a really rough season. And moving forward after that, the huge Game 3. We're going to keep the lines the same. This series, of course, tied at 2 apiece. Let's get into Game 5. As crucial as Game 4 was, Game 5 just as big. Whoever wins this has a massive advantage. Of course, we are on the road in Buffalo once again. But moving forward, let's do this. First period, can we get off to a big start, or are we going to leave it to the third period? Again, 1 goal apiece. Cam Atkinson with a horrific goal. Look at that angle in the top right. A horrific goal for Atkinson, but he gets it. Ryan O'Reilly strikes for Buffalo. We're getting outshot once again. I really don't like that trend. Second period, let's see what happens, but the offense explodes despite being outshot. Austin Czarnik steps up again, and Jake Zboril and Carlo have been amazing, and they're finally backing it up. So another huge goal for Czarnik. I almost want to move him up to the top line, but maybe we'll keep him where he is right now. It's working. Zboril the goal. Sam Reinhart gets one back for Buffalo. Let's sim this third period. Can we steal a win? Nail Yakupov. That's what I'm talking about. He hasn't had the best postseason. He's not really putting up goals. He or Goodrow. Goodrow still doesn't have a goal, for Christ's sakes, but Yakupov gets a hugely timed goal. 7.5 minutes to go. We're still being outshot. It's 4-2. Can we hold on for the win? Yes, we can. Brendan Carlo. God, man, EA, thank you. Thank you. Brendan Carlo. Should I put Carlo and Zboril on the top forward line? My God, they are just getting it done. 5-2 final. Subban, another first star. Czarnik, 2 points. Carlo, the empty net goal, and we come back from a pretty bad situation. 2-1 down. We're up 3-2. We are 1 game away from upsetting Buffalo and finally getting to the Eastern Conference Final. So here we go. The lineups are remaining the same. We are 1 win away from the Eastern Conference Finals. Let's do this. It's been a long goddamn wait. Game 6 against Buffalo. Can we do it on TD Garden Ice? Period 1. Let's do this. And it's 2-2. The offense waking up for both teams. Austin Czarnik, another goal. Tyler Ennis, exactly a minute apart, ties it up. Panarin gets a goal, and then almost a minute apart again, Sam Reinhart ties it. So we're taking the initiative, we're getting the goals, but they're answering. Second period, and it's a stalemate. So here we go. This is huge. Third period, we've tied it up in shots. It's all down to this, or really it's not. It's going to be, because I really don't want to go back to Buffalo for Game 7. Let's do this. Third period of Game 6. Can we close out the Buffalo Sabres? We were neck and neck with them for most of the season. 10 minutes to go. What will happen? Shots are even. This is anybody's game. Still 2-2. A goal here will almost certainly end it. Or are we going to overtime? And we are. It is overtime in Game 6. And you know what? I don't want to waste any time. Let's do this. Can we finish off Buffalo here? They have a power play, a long power play. Jesus, discipline's failed us in the past in this series already in this postseason. Power play for us. We cannot fucking finish. 5 minutes to go. 40 shots apiece. Still 2-2. Will it be double overtime? Yes, it will. My God. We have quite a history in double overtime. I wish we had Joe Morrow right now instead of Brendan Montour, but you can't win them all. That trade might not have worked out for us, especially with him declining like Brad Marchand did. But here we go. Double overtime in Game 6. Give us a win. Somebody. Goodrow still doesn't have a goal. Just somebody come up big. Please, I am begging you, especially when they have Jack Eichel and Sam Reinhart on the ice. And it's Jake DeBrusk. There it is. Jake DeBrusk. Finally. I talked about people needing to step up. Jake DeBrusk gets it done. And for the first time, it took 5 fucking seasons. And I swear to you, if you haven't watched the entire series, we've had better teams than this fail, just falter for no reason. But finally, we beat Buffalo in 6 games, 3-2 in Game 6. We are going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Linus Ullmark gave it his all, but we are moving on. We get the big win, an 8-4 record in the playoffs. My God. So to save on time, let's just find out who we're facing. We'll end the episode, and we'll move on from there. Our first Eastern Conference Finals. What can we do? And the Providence Bruins are on fire right now, too. A 7-1 record. But who are we playing? Who are we playing? And it is our old friends, the Columbus Blue Jackets, in the first round, who will go to the Stanley Cup Final. We'll take a look at the playoff tree. Columbus, 6 games apiece against Carolina and New Jersey, but they come out on top. Both teams, 6 games in their series. It'll be Minnesota, Edmonton on the other side, Columbus and Boston on the Eastern Conference side. So in the next episode, guys, we'll take a look at their lineup. We'll get our stuff set, and we are just 8 wins away. 8 wins away from the Stanley Cup. As always, if you could leave your feedback down below, that'd be greatly appreciated. Leave a like if you've enjoyed, subscribe for more, and I will see you all next time.